Hey everybody, so today I want to talk to you guys about eating for weight loss. I've noticed that a lot of posts in the group, a lot of challengers are eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner and that's it. And some of those meals are still really small. So I want to talk about how much you should be eating for weight loss. And anybody that posted in the group, I should say, anybody that posted in the group that you're only eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, don't be embarrassed or anything like that. Just know that that's a good thing. Me seeing you guys posting in that group, sharing your food, sharing your struggles, it helps me know what we need to talk about and how I can better support you, okay? So when we start a new fitness program and a new nutrition program, I don't like to use the word diet because I hate that word. I think that immediately it makes us cringe and thinks of restriction. And I think it's really negative. So I don't like to think that we're on a diet because we're not. We're learning how to make healthy habits and healthy choices long-term so that we can have long-term results, we can keep the weight off that we lose, and so that we can sustain this forever and, you know, bring our family in on it as well. So I know that from personal experience, when we start a new program, our first inclination is to really restrict calories. And that's what we're taught, right? A lot of different fad diets and diet programs and quick fixes and things like that tell us to like eat less than 1,000 calories, eat less than 1,200 calories. And your body you're going to get the opposite effect when you do that, because depending on what your weight is currently, whatever your weight is right now, you still have to eat a certain number of calories to maintain that weight. Plus, you deduct a certain amount of calories to get weight loss of about 1 to 2 pounds a week, which is a healthy way to lose weight. So, for example, if you have 10 pounds to lose to get to your goal weight, you're going to eat X number of calories. If you have 100 pounds to lose to get to your goal weight, you're going to eat more calories. Even though you're eating more calories, it doesn't mean that you're going to gain weight. You're still going to lose because you're going to create a calorie deficit appropriately, right? So that's one thing I want to talk about, because I've done fad diets. I've done severe restriction, and it just leads into this cycle where you severely restrict your calories. You manage to do it for a couple of days. You feel like shit for those couple of days. You realize this sucks. Why am I doing this? And you binge. And then you gain some weight. You gain it all back. Maybe even gain some more weight back. And then you start the cycle all over again. And it's just this mental cycle we go through, and it's torture. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to do this in a healthy way that you enjoy so that you'll stick with it. So one thing to think about is, when you're about to eat, are you eating for fuel or are you eating for pleasure? And this is a really hard one to get control of, and it takes practice. It's just like your willpower is just like a muscle. You have to exercise it over and over again to get it stronger and stronger, and your willpower does get stronger, okay? I've had 10 years of a really bad relationship with food and binge eating and sugar addiction, and I completely cut sugar out because I knew that it was something I couldn't handle anymore. I was tired of the cycle. I was tired of not feeling in control. I was tired of the depression, and when I got rid of it, it was tough. It was not easy, but it got better and it got better, and I don't think about it as much anymore, right? And I've learned how to control it. So think about whether you're eating for pleasure or for fuel. Now, one thing you might want to get away from is rewarding yourself with food. Don't reward yourself with food. You're not a dog, right? What you can reward yourself instead, if you have a really great week, is reward yourself with, if you want to, instead of spending $40 eating out on a meal that's going to make you feel sick and hurt all of that hard work you did, spend $40 on something new for yourself. Go get a new pair of shoes, some new workout clothes because the last ones are a little bit big. Go get, treat yourself to a manicure or pedicure or something. Find other positive ways to reward yourself. And what you can do is create a better system of reward. So we all have things that we want, right, versus things that we need. And those things, like I mentioned, are new shoes, a new purse, new clothes, new makeup, getting your hair done. There's lots of different things we love to get. Instead of making an appointment and doing it, or going out shopping and getting it, tell yourself, I will go out and get this when I reach this goal. And it doesn't always have to be a weight loss goal. It can be a whole week of clean eating. And then as a result, you get to go out and buy whatever it is that you've been wanting to get. Reward yourself like that, and it'll keep you more motivated. It's just another thing to keep you motivated. So the next thing I want to talk about is calculating your intake. Now, I'm following the 21-day fix calculations because most of you are on that program, and I love how it works, and I love the portion control container system because It makes it really easy. We don't have to count calories anymore. We don't have to use MyFitnessPal or other apps like that. We just put it in the container and you eat it. It's super easy. So when you calculate your calories using that program, you're going to take your current weight in pounds times 11. That's going to create your caloric baseline. Then you're going to add 400 calories. That is for the workout that you're doing. So if you're not doing 21-day fix and you're doing another workout program, if you're pushing yourself for 30 minutes, add the 400 calories, okay? Then you subtract 750 to create a caloric deficit. And this is so that over the week, you create a certain number of reduced calories to equal 1 or 2 pounds of weight loss. This is why even if you're currently 250 pounds, you should not be eating 1,200 calories a day. It's not enough. It's going to create that cycle that you get stuck in where you yo-yo, okay? And I don't want you to do that. Not only that, but it's creating the opposite effect on your body. Your metabolism will not keep burning if you're starving it. This is why it's so important to eat. So that equals your calorie target. Now, if you're following 21-day fix, that'll tell you how many containers you need to eat a day. Now, according to my weight, I fall in the very first bracket of 1,200 to 1,499 calories. I did that for a while and it worked great. However, I started to gain some muscle, which requires more calories to sustain itself. So I had to bump up, okay, because I was feeling hungry. I was getting headaches. I was going to bed hungry. And so I knew by listening to my body, I was not getting enough calories. So now I eat 1,500 to 1,800 calories every day, and that's perfect for me. Okay, so I went up a bracket. I'm fueling myself. I'm giving myself food. And you have to remember that when you're eating clean food, when you're eating healthy, and you're making healthy recipes that taste amazing, those are going to react differently in your body. Your body's going to process them differently versus going to Burger King and having the same number of calories. They're totally two different things. So don't get those mixed up. When you look at, let's say, you weigh a little over 200 pounds, that's going to put you in the 1,800 to 2,000 calorie range. And you might think, holy shit, that's a lot of calories. I've always restricted myself to 1,200. Well, think about how always didn't work, right? It made you feel miserable. So trust the process and eat the 1,800 to 2,000 calories. And if you feel like you can't get all those containers in or all those calories in, you're feeling bloated, you're feeling full, talk to me and we'll talk about what types of food we can remove from your diet so that you're not feeling like that. And we'll adjust things accordingly, because if you are feeling one way or the other, like eating too much food or not enough food, there's certain things you want to take away first. For example, if you're feeling overstuffed all the time, you don't want to take away protein, you might want to take away some carbs. So talk to me so I can explain that to you if that's something that you're personally struggling with. Part of being in this group is having the support and accountability and me helping you. So don't ever be afraid to reach out and ask me if you feel like you're not getting the results that you want, if you're frustrated with how you're doing, if you're not really sure about how your meal plan is going, you did your calculations and it seems like a lot of food that you're not used to eating, reach out to me so we can talk about it, and I can talk about, tell you how to do some things, tweak some things here and there to make it work better for you so that you do get the results, okay? So the point there is, if it tells you to eat this many calories, eat that many calories. You're still going to lose weight, okay? So the next thing I want to talk about is how you eat your food throughout the day. So one thing that I do is I cut carbs and fruit midday. By 5 o'clock at the latest, I'm not eating any carbs or fruit. That's all in the first part of my day. All of that gives you energy. I don't want that later in the day, and that will help boost your results as well. So, the important thing is to listen to your body. How is it reacting? Even though the guidelines say follow the nutrition plan this way, sometimes it does require some tweaks here and there so that you're getting the results that you want. All of our bodies react to food in different ways, right? So I avoid dairy and gluten for the most part because I just don't like how it makes me feel. I don't have any allergies or intolerances. I just don't like to eat it. And I see from experience that it affects my results. So that's something really important to listen to, which is why it's important to track your food. Another thing to think about is if you're feeling hungry and you've been eating all of your food, maybe you're thirsty. So sometimes our body will tell us we're hungry when really we're just dehydrated. So that's another important thing, is to be drinking plenty of water all day long. Not only, I mean, it has a million benefits to be drinking water. And in addition to that, it's going to help you lose weight. It's going to help you not feel hungry. It's going to help curb your cravings. So take your weight, divide that in 2, and that's how many ounces of water you need to drink every day, at least. Okay? And I know sometimes that might feel like a lot because you're not used to it, but whether you're 150 pounds and you drink 75 ounces a day, or you're 300 pounds and you need to drink 150 ounces a day, the reason is because your body has the difference in mass and cells and requires a different amount of water to sustain itself. So make sure that you're getting enough water. One thing to remember is if you're hungry and you're getting a headache, your metabolism is working. If it's really hunger and it's not a craving and it's not dehydration, that means your metabolism is working, which is a good thing. You're burning fat, and it requires fuel to burn fat. So make sure that you're eating. So let's talk about, before I end this, I'm not sure how long this video is now, but before I end this, I just want to tell you, for example, what I eat in a day. And this is for weight loss. I still have probably about 20 pounds to lose to reach my goal in July. So I'm still eating a calorie deficit for weight loss. And I'm eating, right, all the time, it seems like. So for breakfast, I have my shake, usually with about 18 to 20 ounces of water and powder. I don't usually add anything else to that because it's extra calories. Sometimes I'll throw some, like a half of frozen banana in there, but that's usually it. Then a couple of hours later, I will eat an egg scramble with veggies or 2 boiled eggs. Remember, 2 boiled eggs equals 1 protein serving. Plus, I eat a serving of oatmeal and a serving of fruit, and I throw some chia seeds and flaxseed on there as well because I don't eat fish. So that's another way for me to get my healthy omegas, is by eating those seeds. Then a couple of hours later, 3 or 4 hours later, I'm eating lunch. I'll eat chili spiced chicken salad, so I'll have a big portion of protein plus a portion of veggies, and then I add a side of frozen fruit to that also. Sometimes I'll have baked stuffed sweet potatoes, so that's a serving of carbs plus protein and a side of veggies. So then a couple of hours later, 3 or 4 hours later, I'm eating again. I'm having, lately I'm having a blue container of raw nuts. Sometimes I'll cook them on the stove with some oil just for that healthy fat. Don't be afraid of healthy fats. They give you energy and help you recover. So I might cook them in a pan with some oil and some cinnamon, or I'll do olive oil with some spices. And with that, I'll have a serving of fruit. And that's it for fruit for the day. When I was coming off my sugar addiction, I did eat a lot more fruit so that I could get away from my cravings. It was the only way I could manage it. And so that's okay. Like I said, you have to attack this one thing at a time. So when I was cutting sugar out of my diet, I ate fruit throughout the day. I ate fruit at night like it was a dessert for me. And that was the only way I could make it so that I wasn't eating sugar. Now that I'm to the point where I don't have those cravings anymore, I cut fruit out by like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm done with fruit. And I'm also done with carbs. Then I eat a couple of hours later, and I have dinner, which is always a protein and a bunch of veggies. So as you can see, I'm eating a lot of food, but it's all clean food. It's all whole food. It's all food that's going to fuel my body for recovery and to keep my metabolism going and to keep that fat burning going. So the last thing I want to talk about is cheat meals. So because it's the weekend, a lot of times we plan to have a cheat meal. There's a lot of different opinions when it comes to cheat meals. I personally think you need to do what is best for you, okay, without it getting out of control. So if it helps you to stick to your nutrition plan to have a cheat meal once a week, not an entire day of cheating on your food with your food, because that just means that you're going to ruin all that hard work you did every single day of the week. By binging on a bunch of stuff all day long, you're going to ruin that hard work, and I don't want you to do that. So one meal a week, you can have a cheat meal. If that helps you stick to your nutrition program, okay? And sometimes this helps us sort of reset so that we continue to burn fat. And so that's okay. Don't be outrageous because you sit down to have one cheat meal. Don't eat a whole damn pizza for the whole thing, right? Eat a slice or 2. The 21-day fix meal plan is really flexible. You can substitute things for containers. Like, for example, if you want wine, you can trade out a yellow container twice a week and have wine. You can have some alcohol if you want to have a treat like that. If you want to have chips or, you know, chocolate or cookies or things like that, there are some substitutes so that it still fits within your container system. That's one thing I learned when I used to have cheat meals. I was outrageous. I would eat a lot of shit for my cheat meals, and then I would feel miserable, and then I would feel regret, and then I would be right back where I was the week before and spend the whole next 7 days working off that cheat meal. I personally don't cheat like that anymore because I'm tired of being in this roller coaster where I do fantastic, I have a cheat meal, I'm miserable, and I start the cycle over again. So I don't do that anymore. Now for me, cheat meals set me off. I can't do them. So what I do is I have a healthier alternative cheat meal. And my cheat meals are only foods that are in the portion control container system on those food lists. That doesn't mean they aren't delicious, because I don't eat pancakes every day, but I will eat pancakes every Sunday because they're part of the program. I don't eat, like, if I want pizza, I make pizza and I have 2 slices. We don't order Little Caesars pizza anymore and then we share one whole big pizza between the 2 of us. We don't do that anymore. So we do have cheat meals, but I make sure that they still fit within my meal plan. And I'm no longer in this cycle of always trying to recover from that cheat meal. So I hope that you guys found all this information helpful in going forward with your journey with health and fitness. If you have questions, please reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys figure this all out. The biggest takeaway from this video that ended up being a lot longer than I had planned is to listen to your body. Do, fuel it how it's wanting. Check, trial and error is the best way to do it. Record your food so that you know what works and what doesn't work for you. And stop starving yourself. Number 1, stop starving yourself. Give yourself fuel and you will lose the weight, okay? So reach out to me if you need help and I'll help you out, okay? Have a great weekend.